Anyway, this brings up our first important story of the show. My new obsession is women who control their men. Now, I saw this post from Chelsea Peretti, who comes from an amoral family. Her brother, Jordan Peretti, terrorized people. John Lott, he made up a fake email address and said he was John Lott to fuck with John for writing More Guns, Less Crime or being a gun advocate. John had to sue him, even though he didn't have the finances. Jordan, what's his name? Jordan Peretti, Chelsea's brother. He also was starting some sort of dating app, singles app, and there was someone else already doing exactly that and had his exact same business plan. So what he did was he took their URL, changed it a bit, and then made that his thing and started using that email to fuck with them. So he's like a ruthless, immoral saboteur.
Jonah
Peretti, yeah. So she comes from a shit-stained family, right? And it was the family they based Get Out on, if you will.
Yeah.
But which is funny because Chelsea Peretti's stepmom is black, but they obviously indulge in this role of we're evil white people, even though I think they probably are evil white people. Anyway, sorry. So she writes this tweet, and it's just classic leftist Hollywood shit. I like Warren and I like Bernie. I like Warren more, but I'll be happy with either. But also, is it all rigged and going to be heavily influenced by misinformation campaigns and endless racism and fear of progress? What does that mean? And climate denial and deep corruption and voter suppression, etc.? Let me know. And I was looking at that going, oh, I kind of see better why Jordan Peele is a douche. Like why he's a dickweed. He's a talented guy, and Key and Peele was some of the finest comedy ever made. And, you know, it wasn't affirmative action. They weren't given that gig because they're black. They were given that gig because they are fucking hilarious. And you can look up their viral videos on YouTube, and they all have a billion zillion hits because they're fucking high quality. Like the one where the guy was like, he had penises on his desk. He was a gay dude, and he's listening to ass-fucking music and stuff. And the Jordan Peele character was like, can you calm down, please? He's like, oh, we got a homophobe in the house. What's the matter? You got a problem with faggots? And the guy was like, no, just please turn your music down and don't have dicks everywhere. I'm at work. Yeah, that sketch. And then at the end of it, the guy you don't think is gay's boyfriend shows up. His name, incidentally, is Gavin. And then the gay dude goes, oh, it's not because I'm gay. Huh. Maybe I'm just an asshole.
Wow.
I was like, wow, that is fucking perfect.
That's poignant.
What a genius. And then he gets in with Chelsea Peretti, and the next thing you know, he's making movies about how all white people are evil and they want to kill everyone. And what's his latest project? Oh, yeah. We were talking about this yesterday. Nazi Hunter. It's a squad with like a cool blaxploitation chick and a cool Jew ninja. And they go through the streets and they find Nazis who are, by the way, everywhere. Oh, they're everywhere. Actual Nazis from World War II, and then new Nazis who just like, I don't know what they do with their Nazism. They just like shoot Jews from the top of a building or something. And these guys go in there and they kill them all. Shoot them in the face. Ha-ha, Nazi. This is mitzvah. Anyway, my theory here, I'm postulating, is that Jordan is just so happy to be with Chelsea that he's become a chick, an annoying liberal chick who shoves their dumb racist identity politics down your throat everywhere they go. Even though Jordan Poole grew up white in the Upper West Side with his white mom, his black dad not around. And it brings me to another, even bigger deal with this pussy whippedness. There's two layers of pussy whipped, right? There's Jordan Peele, who grew up without a dad, so he's probably naturally subservient to women. So he gets Chelsea, and he's like, I'm your bitch. What should I do? Oh, a bunch of shit about how everything's racist? I'm in. Let's start with your family. But the higher level of pussy whippedness is second marriages. Those guys are like, you can shoot me. You can fucking kill me. You want to be a tattooist? Why don't you practice on my face? Right, faggot. I don't care. Whatever you want. And a great example of this, of course, is Jimmy Kimmel, who, like Jordan Peele, used to be a super funny, awesome dude. He did Windy City Heat, the meanest movie ever made. It was a quarter-century prank on a dude. That's the real Jimmy Kimmel, a mean guy. I've hung out with him. He's a jerk. I like that, though, but he's a fucking dick. Like, I was at a dinner once, and I brought my motorbike, and as I was leaving, I noticed he'd written Hillary on the back of my helmet with indelible Sharpie. I had to put reflective tape on that. I couldn't get it off. Anyway, that's the true Jimmy Kimmel. He gets married too young, has a bunch of kids, gets divorced. Divorce traumatizes. I mostly only know men who were divorced, but I assume it's the same with women. Divorce crushes a person, traumatizes them, like Pat Dixon. With his new marriage, he's like, she could literally stab me and I would get stitches, and we would move on. When my wounds healed, so would our marriage.
Anthony Cumia swore to never, ever, ever get married again.
Anthony Cumia just said never again, right? So when these guys get married, their second marriage, they go, anything goes. I'm anyone's dog for a bone. No, sorry, I'm this person's dog for a bone, no matter what. Terrible analogy. So Molly, Jimmy Kimmel's new wife, who just gave him a son, is a huge social justice warrior. Look, Enough Gun Violence is her icon. She's also one of these new moms who can't believe how awesome she is for being a mom and how hard it is and how she's a warrior. And look at this. Check out her tweets. This is how fucking lefto weirdo she is. Michelle Williams gave the speech of the night. This is the speech, by the way, where Michelle Williams goes, the reason I can get awards like this is because I don't have babies in the way at inconvenient times, so I abort them. In other words, I killed my babies for this false idol. In other words, I'm basically a Satanist. But no, that's heroic to the left. And they said, while creating a human under her dress. So now creating a human is an awesome thing. While talking about abortions. Yikes. And because there is no better multitasker than a mother, we should probably elect one. Blech. Then it's pictures like, look at the one below it. Holy shit, I'm always working on this shit, or it goes a little lower. Look at this, we got to do a day of this shit. Yeah, lady, we have kids. We know what it involves. You're not breaking new ground here. But Kimmel is so determined to make this last that he's like, I'm Molly. I want to eat Michelle Williams out while she gives birth. I'm so happy that she had an abortion. And I think a lot of this is these guys, they say, okay, I'm going to keep my wife happy no matter what. I'll subsume her politics. I'll just become whatever she is. But also, they want to get invited to dinner parties. I'm sorry. What do these new rich wives want more than anything? They don't have to do any work. That's all handled. They want to get invited to dinner parties. Who runs these dinner parties? The other cunty second wives, right? And they all have the same politics. So if you don't want to be disinvited from these, you better hate Trump. You better kiss your girlfriend's ass, or sorry, your second wife's ass. Then she gets invited to the parties. Everyone's happy. Happy wife, happy life. Example number 2, Howard Stern. So it's the exact same story as Kimmel, exact same story as Cumia. Gets a wife too early, then becomes super rich, and is, I don't really want this anymore. Turfs the hag, as they say in the movie Husbands and Wives. As soon as you show your age, they want to trade you in for a younger model. So he gets Beth Ostrotski, a supermodel. And she's not going to have kids. Howard's already had kids. So there's a massive void in her womb. So she fills it with fucking kittens. And she works for some North Shore animal rescue. Howard Stern makes $90 million a year. What does everyone at North Shore Animal League have a Lamborghini? do all the cats have 3-piece suits and their own personal trainer? Like, how much money does this fucking thing need? Anyway, so she's all about animals to fill the void. So he's animal guy. Oh, I love cats. Really? You never mentioned them before, Howard. No, I'm a cat. Oh my God, we go full douche circle. Look at his face, like he's doing something profound. Yeah, you're right. I'm holding a cat, and I don't care if the whole world knows it. I'm standing up for North Shore Animal League. Like, we're all eating chicken sandwiches going, that's amazing, they saved another animal life. How important. Kittens are so important, like that fucking Netflix show, Don't Fuck with Cats. And I'm watching it going, I'm glad you caught the guy, and it turned out to be he was worse than just a cat killer, but couldn't you have that same sort of due diligence with jihadists? Could you not worry less about kittens and more about the next terrorist attack? Because we need your weaponized autism, but not so much for cats. I'm not so worried about kittens. I don't give a fuck about your dog. I don't give a fuck about my dog. All right, so that's Howard Stern, and you can see, like, look at her Twitter. It's like, I'm glad I didn't have kids. I'm doing great without them. Anyway, save this kitten because it's cute.
Squirrels.
Don't hurt me. I have big eyes.
This is about squirrels.
Squirrels absolutely love pumpkins, so don't chuck yours away. Like, squirrels are rats. Feed the rats.
Wait, but not just squirrels, to be fair. Birds, hedgehogs, badgers, and foxes all love pumpkins.
Let's feed all the rats.
Yeah, so let's have a rotting fruit.
Hey, Beth, animals are losers, and the fact that you didn't give birth is a tragedy. And the kittens thing, you might as well be helping insects. Hey, there's 10 more flies alive thanks to me. Great work. Why don't you go save some fucking fish? Why, go save some minnows. Have a minnow feeder on the beach. All right, final example of this. And then we'll head to the paywall if we do like 37 more reads for Bet DSI. Anthony Bourdain. I've met Chelsea Peretti, not met Jordan Peele, met Jimmy Kimmel, not met Howard Stern, but I've met Anthony Bourdain. Fiery liberal. He wanted to cut Sarah Palin's skin off, if I recall, which I thought was a little harsh. But in New York City, that's the common vernacular from the left. In fact, I've had a lot of guys that I consider friends go, yeah, I know, Gavin, you think abortion is murder. So do I, and I'm for it. I know several different people who've said that. Of course, you can't argue that. You go, oh, okay, well, then I guess we're on the same page. So Anthony Bourdain has this wife, and he talks about her all the time, and then she dumps him, and he's fucking destroyed. She took AMA, and he would always talk about how my wife could kick your ass. Holy shit, you wouldn't last 10 seconds with my wife. And she dumps him. He's destitute, emotionally. And then he gets Asia Argento, who's the Hollywood star. And she understands his crazy schedule. He's ecstatic. He's in heaven. I found the one. So he puts all his eggs in that basket, just like Kimmel, just like Peele, just like Stern. And he's a very happy man. And he's like, I don't care what she wants. If she wants to become a serial killer, I'm going to serial kill with her. And then she gets caught cheating. She's a fucking slut. She's a big part of Me Too. Meanwhile, she Me Too'd some underage boy. That's, I think that's 1/6. Yeah, she's all about, oh, it's so horrible the way successful, powerful, older people prey on the young. Except when I do it, of course. Then it's fun. So anyway, she gets photographed cheating with this reporter it was probably basically prostitution, right? I'll fuck him and I'll get a good review. Asia was spotted back at home strolling around with a French reporter named Hugo Clement. Now, I thought Hugo was friends with Bourdain, but I'm not sure about that. And of course, the Italian photographer was blamed for this, but Anthony Bourdain saw it and killed himself. He put all his eggs in that basket. Anyway, I'll end this with, guys and ladies, your wife, your husband is not your soulmate. That's lame. That's queer. She's not the one. Like, she's just a good partner that you love to be around, and you build together. You build something wonderful. But you have a life, too. You don't need her politics. My wife voted for Hillary. She's a liberal vegan. We have our own interests, our own books. You don't have to watch all your shows together. Naomi Schaefer Riley is one of my favorite authors, and she wrote an article about this, saying the secret to marriage is accepting that you two are different. And they are separate human beings. Howard Stern, you don't give a fuck about cats. Jimmy Kimmel, you don't give a fuck about all these leftist bullshit. And Bourdain, you should have realized that you were dating a slut and she might cheat on you. And when she does, you just go, fuck you, bitch. You don't rip your own fucking chest apart. How did he die anyway? Oh, I think he hanged himself. It's not hung himself. It's hanged himself. Anyway, that's my little moral absolution for the day.
He did hanged.
He did hang. So
in France.
He did hanged in France.
It was a le hang.
Long.